Well, it finally happened. So yeah, basically, this has been a not a big surprise. If you have not been in the know for a while, and I'm just going to give my thoughts out this. But yes, season 5 has been confirmed for Guilty Gear Strive. And honestly, like I said, I'm just gonna give my thoughts about the situation, just talk about it as a whole, and what I expect should happen or stuff. Alongside, want to kind of talk about a theory I have with the new characters because recently there has been a weird thing going on with the revealment of 2.0. And no, it's not because of the people talking about 2.0 means we're getting a brand new game or something. I'm talking about more so what's on the left here. But let's actually first quickly tackle that part. So, as stated, Season 5 has been confirmed. And I'm just going to go ahead and just say it is Season 5 and not like a brand new game. Though I do see what people are talking about because many are thinking, oh my gosh, this might mean we're getting a brand new upgraded version of Guilty Gear Strive. Which has happened before, not even just like Guilty Gear actually. Because Guilty Gear actually has done this before because if you've seen the previous game, Guilty Gear X Third or something like that, XR, yeah, it had two versions of it. I highly doubt it's going to be the same thing like this. I mean, there has been tons of games that done this as well, other than Guilty Gear, like Mortal Kombat 1 and such. But I highly doubt it because a lot of other fighting games nowadays do have a 2.0 put into their um patches, like Smash Brothers and such. And don't get it twisted, I'm not saying this is going to be the same as Smash Brothers, because trust me, there are two definitely graphically different games. But who knows, honestly. It would be shocking if they do that. But what's actually fascinating about this is they confirmed that the leak was partially true. Keyword partially. For context, if you don't recall, which I actually did a video, and a ton of other people already did a video, if you don't recall, Arc System did got their butts leak. That's not even a joke. It was so crazy. I recommend not only my videos, but actual other people's videos on the topic, because they do a much more better job explaining what the F happened, because oh boy, it even rivals that of the Pokemon leaks we usually get. But in short, and the reason why I bring these up is the leaks did confirm Season 5. And believe it or not, which is kind of funny, as pointed out by many, one that has been, honest to God, just been confirmed, which confirms the leak truly, is Jam, which is on the right. That is actually her concept art being used, which might be official artwork now, but they might change it. I mean, like, it would be the first time they use concept art, like in the season 4 thing. They basically use Venom's and Dizzy's concept artwork before they made touches and made finalize of that. So it's not surprising. However, what many people are getting tripped up over, and kind of why I want to do this video, because mainly I'll just pass by this situation, but I do want to pose a theory alongside, talk about if this leak is fully true, is the right person. Now, if you guys don't get it, which I don't have a picture of, but I do have another picture of something that I wanted to explain my theory on this. That right picture right there seems to be the body of Robo Ky. For context, if you don't know who that character is, basically, if you ever played Skullgirls and you know about Robo Fortune, that's actually where the character Robo Fortune was based off of, Robo Ky, who, just like Robo Fortune, was a clone of Ky. And honestly, to explain all that, you just gotta look up a video, because honestly, I only got up so far. I'm up to speed with XR and Strive on the story, and even then, mostly Strive on the story, not even XR, because I'm still have to look into some stuff. Like, I'm up to the speed of Bedman or something like of the Valentines, but literally I just started True League with Strive here, so you're gonna have to look it up. But I am aware of what Robo Ky is, as I've seen gameplay of him and all that. However, why this is weird is, if you recall, Robo Ky is with Venom. He's even part of Venom's mood set. So unless they really are going to do a Smash Brothers thing, similar to what happened with Crom, who is actually part of Robin's move set in their Final Smash, I don't know how, of course, they're going to put this up. Like, it could be a brand new character that's controlling Robo Ky's body. It could be Robo Ky in separates, question mark, which is also possibly what leading people to say that this is going to be a new game of Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't really see it because the thing is, Robo Ky is truly a part of Venom now. Like, it's actually the whole point of with Venom in the story, and it's pretty cool if they keep it like that. Like, I mean, even the theme song has bits and parts of Robo Ky through the vocals. It's why they use that vocal thing. I'm blanking on it, sorry. But to give my thoughts on this, I really don't. I have a very crazy theory that I don't believe this is Robo Ky because of the leaks. Because, again, this leak. Excuse me. Oh my god, hold on. Sorry. I believe this revealment did reveal that the leaks are partially real. Now, clarification, I say partially because we don't know if it was scrapped later on, and this will have some spoilers, to say the least, so be warned. But really, who gives a fuck, to say the least? But I do have to explain this. But Jam wasn't the only person that was leaked from that files. But again, it is partially. It's unknown if this leak is fully finalized or such, and for context on why is because it was beta stuff. It was literally beta. We don't know if they scrapped the character or not. So I do need to make this note. Before we do talk about it, to explain, there are other two characters. One important, which we'll talk about a little bit later for third party, and two is another Guilty Gear character that people have been wanting, which is Raven. Which, believe it or not, I too jokingly would want to see Raven in the game. I've seen him in XR, and holy crap, I see why people love this person. He's pretty cool. But one of the other characters that will leak that could possibly be in Guilty Gear Strive, and what's possibly going on here, would be this character, which, holy crap, I can't even say her first name. And I do mean her because she's in the robot thing. For context, if you don't know why I can't say her name is supposed to be based off something else, but you know YouTube, if YouTube even hears the word, and to give you an idea, it's like the dorky joke from one of their Pokedex series, like spell muck, spell backwards. It's literally muck spells backwards, and I'm not going to call her Muck. I'm going to call her by her last name, of course, which is Hygiza, I think. I have zero idea how to pronounce it, to say the least. But Hygiza, for those who don't know, she's in a robot suit because of her condition. There's a whole backstory about her. Look it up. But it wouldn't be surprising if she's now the one controlling Robo Ky. Now, there is a lot of stretching towards this, but one of the reasons why it's being stretched is she was actually truly part of the leak. She, along with Raven, was in those files. Now, of course, again, it should be truly clarified, and this is a big clarification, is while Jam was confirmed, because there's no doubt many people wanted her, I'm shocked they didn't even put her in the base game. To be perfectly honest, I don't know, because it's beta. Remember, it is a beta testing thing. It was, especially when we talk about the third party thing, which I really don't think it's gonna happen. In fact, I highly doubt they're gonna be put in the game. But the third party that was hinted at during this leak was Soul Goku, because Soul Goku, or Goku from Dragon Ball, was literally in the files as well. Now, for context, it wouldn't be too shocking because Arc System did work on Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which, fun fact, I used to have the game, but I dropped it because, let's just say Guilty Gear Strive is much more easier than that game. Not like a bad game, far from it. It's just like, I don't know, like, this is a person you're talking about who watched the abridged version from Team 4-Star, and that's it. Like, that's the only time I even watched Dragon Ball. Not to say it's bad, it's just like, But anyways, the only reason why I highly doubt it is because there is a lot of licensing issues with that, but Arc System is kind of like the go-to for making Dragon Ball Z games along with Namco, so I think it could be possible. It's just the reason why I'm using that as one of the other reasons why I don't think it could be her, because literally, again, there are some licensing issues with that and all that. And also, again, to repeat the third time, that was a beta fighting thing. They could be just testing the characters out because they were in their XR models, not the Strive models. Now, of course, you can throw that a little bit out the window for justifiable reasons because, yeah, Jam is now in the game, of course, or coming to the game. But let's be real here, I don't know. But it would be kind of interesting if this character, Hi Mia, could be taking control of Robo Ky's body, because the reason why I definitely have a gut feeling it might be her is her backstory. Like I said, I won't be able to get in too much, but her backstory is pretty straightforward, at least. Tackling the fact that she's been dressing up like this dude because her heritage wants her to be like a dude in some way. Again, I'm dropping the box explanation, but trust me, it is a good story. I recommend looking it up. But it would make sense if she took on the Robo Ky form. Could it be possible? I highly doubt it because A, it really doesn't look like she'd be able to take over that machine kind of thing. But it would be something unique, to say the least. Or it could be a brand new character because, again, I don't know how they're going to do that. If they do that, it would be too surprising, but at the same time, how are they going to make Robo Ky? To my extent, I literally theorize it's that girl, not Robo Ky. I could be wrong, and admittedly, it will be interesting how wrong I am with this, because I honestly am just confused on how this is going to be. Hell, it could be even Venom, which raises more questions, but no, not Venom, but Raven, which raises more questions. I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. But yeah, it looks pretty good, to say the least. And, I'm excited. But there is one more thing I do want to quickly tackle, and that is, when is this thing going to be released in 2026? To be perfectly honest, I really hope they take, because I already said this before, and I'll say it again, I really hope they don't mess up the last time they did this, aka Season 4. For context, if you don't know, right now, which again has been confirmed, I mean, it's been confirmed, but they've been radio silent because they blah blah blah, we've been through this a bunch of times, but Season 4 is coming to Switch, the Switch version of Guilty Gear Strive. Problem is, they've been taking their damn time with this thing, to say the least. And really, the best strategy, especially if this is going to be a very big game, the best thing they could do is literally just line up the console versions altogether. Like, give some more time for the developers, because for context, it is like Australia. I think it's an Australian company backing up with the Switch version for some odd reason. But why not just line up the thing? Now, of course, for clarification, yes, there could be a true reason for this, and let's not be tone deaf with this, because there could be a reason why, but it always baffles me on, why not just hold off with it, because I get there might not be a way to make crossplay available for Switch and, like, PS5 and all that, but really, it feels kind of weird, because as people point out, which I will back this up, it really feels like Arc System was tone deaf and just abandoned the Switch edition. Like, especially since many have oftentimes theorized, oh, what about the Nintendo Switch 2 and all that? Dude, they put it on Nintendo Switch Uno. So it's not like they were just waiting for Nintendo Switch 2, especially since they put freaking Disney already as a free update. It's just the fact that, they have this situation, and the easiest solution, especially if this is going to be like this situation, with it being 2016 with no date, they could just lined it up. Now, of course, again, I want to double down and clarify. I'm not trying to be too tone deaf because there gotta be something else happening that's literally making that idea void, of course. But I really feel like they really just need to respond when people are questioning, which they did. They did finally respond, and it give me some respect for that. Like, the fact that they even apologize is good because you don't see these game companies nowadays apologize. Like, a joke from Scott the Woz, they usually shoot the janitor for life insurance money, which nowadays feels like it due to how Microsoft is firing all their fucking workers. It's like, what the hell? Hell, you were supposed to, keep these people and stuff. You're literally thinking they're pawns when in reality they're people just wanting to keep their jobs. It's a whole can of worms with that. But yeah, it's a very weird situation to say the least. But hey, we're getting season 5. That's cool. Honestly, the last thing I'll say is, man, Strife is looking very big with this fighting game. Like, I think this even rivals that of the previous mentioned Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat for sure had like a short season, unless they decided to get back up and make some more DLC. But even Smash Brothers didn't have this much characters, and mind you, this is the same game that brought in Sora from freaking Kingdom Hearts, mind you, and also like Joker from Persona 5 and a few others, Banjo-Kazooie, I don't know, but this really rivals a lot, to say the least. And really, I can't wait until they finally tell us when we can buy the DLC, because I am definitely going to play Season 4 on day 1 when I do get it. But it's like going to be a wait. But for now, I'm just looking at waiting for Pokemon ZA to come out and all that. But yeah, definitely excited for this. Let's see. And if you guys have any other ideas of who the other person on the left could be, if you think it's Robo Ky, I don't blame you. It's just a very weird situation with that. But hey, we'll see when we see more details come out. But anyways, this is Foxcat snapping out of here. Bye bye.